Chapter 11.
The Four Magicians. This is one of the stories that the demon Vetal told the wise king Vikramaditya. Each story ended with a riddle, and if the king did not answer it, even though he knew the correct answer, Vetal threatened that his head would burst into 1,000 pieces. However, if he answered, Vetal would vanish and the king would have to catch him once again. Here is one of the stories that he told the king. Once a man named Krishnaswamy lived in the city of Patliputra. He and his wife had 4 sons. However, both Krishnaswamy and his wife passed away while the children were still young. Their greedy relatives tricked them out of their property, and the boys were left penniless. Since they were young and did not know how to earn a living, they decided to go to their maternal grandfather's house. They reached there after a hard journey, only to discover that their grandfather was no more. However, their uncles gave them shelter, and the 4 boys continued with their studies. As the months passed, this kind treatment started to wane, and they were no longer treated well or given enough food or proper clothes. The boys did not know what to do. One day, as they sat together thinking about how to end this pathetic situation, the eldest brother said,
"What shall we do now? We cannot continue to live like this. It seems to me that we should master some skills which will help us to earn a lot of money and be free of our present problems."
All the boys liked this idea and started discussing what kind of knowledge they should master. After some discussion, they decided that it would be best if they acquired magic powers, which would help to bring in a steady income. With this plan in mind, each of the brothers set off in a different direction, north, east, south, and west, to learn different magical skills. They planned to meet again at a particular time and place to see what each of them had learned. Many months later, when the time to meet came closer, all 4 brothers started out for the appointed place. They were very happy to see each other again and asked what each of them had been able to learn. The eldest said,
"I have mastered a particular kind of magic. I can cover the bare bones of any animal with the right kind of flesh."
The second said,
"I have learnt how to add skin and hair of the animal after the flesh has been added to the bones."
The third said,
"I know how to create the limbs of the animal whose bones have been clothed with skin, flesh and hair."
And the fourth said,
"When such an animal is fully formed, I can breathe life into it."
The 4 brothers were very pleased to discover that they had all acquired skills which could be used together for their mutual benefit.
"But first,"
said the eldest brother,
"we must prove our skills to one another."
So they went into the forest to look for the bones of an animal to display their knowledge to one another. Soon they found some scattered bones of an animal, and the first brother used his magic spell to cover the bones with the proper flesh. Then the second and third brothers added the skin, hair, and limbs. When this was done, they saw that they had made a lion. As it was the turn of the 4th brother, he said,
"See, I will bring it to life now," and muttered a spell.
As soon as he did that, the huge lion arose, stretched its limbs, and roared loudly, showing its fearful, sharp teeth. Then, before they could realize what was happening, the lion charged at the four brothers and caught and ate each one. Thus, the four brothers died because of the foolish mistake, bringing a ferocious beast to life. This proves that if you lack wisdom and common sense, even the best skills cannot help you. At the end of the story, Vetal asked Vikramaditya,
Now tell me, King, which of the four brothers was responsible for all the deaths?
King Vikramaditya replied,
The fourth brother who brought the lion to life is the guilty one.
The others created the flesh, skin, and limbs without knowing what kind of animal would be formed. But even after realizing that it was a dangerous lion, the fourth brother wanted to show off his knowledge. Hence, he is responsible for his own and his brother's deaths.
This was indeed the correct answer to the riddle, and Vetal vanished. Once again, King Vikramaditya had to try and catch the demon.